about the team on that road trip last week?
Just that it seemed like they weren't bothered too much about playing on the road and playing in front of a lot of other teams' fans. So that was good to see. Thought we played the same baseball that we played here on the road. Wasn't much drop off, and I thought they handled it pretty good. I think got a little bit tired towards the end of the road trip. I think Friday was good. Saturday we were a little sluggish and we got it handed to us, but we found a way to bounce back and play well on Sunday. And then obviously home a day, no practice, get on a bus on Tuesday, travel and play. Took us about 5 innings to wake up a little bit offensively, but we did it. So I don't know. I feel like the team got a little closer. Play a little, just all the little things that add up to helping you have a good club. I think we went through all of it.
Have you decided who you're going to throw Saturday?
Yeah, we'll start Connor Nolan.
Dave, what do you think of Ole Miss overall? I'm not sure they're hitting as well maybe as they did last year.
Well, I mean, they've got it. They pretty much got everybody back except maybe 1 or 2 starters and obviously a couple of weekend starters. But offensively, they have one of the more talented lineups in our league, and it's been a little bit up and down like a lot of us are. But they can hurt you pretty quick. They've got a good mix of right and left-handed hitters. They got one switch hitter in there, and they've got some power. They're older and physical, and they can hit the ball a long way.
You said after the game the other night you were considering Connor or Patrick. What made you go with Connor?
Just kind of that he's done it already a little bit, a little experience. Been out there, and he threw the ball a little better on Tuesday. Velocity was up, and that's probably the main reason.
What's Patrick's role this weekend?
Could be long relief. Could be depending on the situation or what game we're talking about. I mean, he could come in just to get out some lefties if we needed him to, but I think he would be more of a long roll, a long relief type situation guy the first 2 games. After that, it'd be like if we just need to get out a lefty or 2 or 3, we could bring him in.
When Isaiah rose up to be the Friday night guy, did you feel like he might do as well? He hasn't given up earned run in conference yet.
I don't think you can project it or predict it, really. I mean, he made the move. We saw that he was better in the fall, and the attitude seemed to be a little different, and he kind of took a lead. He took the lead as far as just leadership. I mean, he got voted one of our team captains, and it just kind of evolved, through maturity and talent. He's very talented, and obviously up till now he's been really good, and I don't expect him to be any different. Now, do I expect him to go out and shut people down like he's been doing? He's going to run into some tough spots, but I think one thing he's learned is how to get out of a jam, and he couldn't do that before this year.
You mentioned gaining weight is helping his stamina. He wasn't as strong as he should have been.
He's stronger this year. Obviously, he's put on a little bit of weight, and I think it's different for each person. But I think in his case, he feels like it's really helped him, get well into games and not run out of gas, so to speak, so early.
Is he still throwing off 4 pitches? Is he?
Yeah, he's using them all, and it seems like he's usually got a couple of them going each game. In one game he had all of them going, and figure out what's working the best, and that's what he's been going with when it comes down to making a big pitch at a tough time in the game.
Their Friday guy has a sub-1 ERA. What do you make of him?
He's really good, Etheridge. I mean, everything he throws moves. He got a really good fastball that'll just really run in on the righties and away from the lefties, and the changeup's the same way. A lot of movement, depth, and big strong kid with a lot of experience. They worked him out of the bullpen a lot, and this year they just decided to go with him, start him, and it's been really good for him, and nobody's really gotten to him. He's got a great record. ERA's almost non-existent, and he's definitely kind of taken that Friday night role and run with it.
You look at the weather a lot.
Yeah.
Doesn't look too good this week.
I haven't looked at it a lot. I just look at it and just kind of shake my head and say, we'll do what we got to do. Both teams will come out here and we'll fight it and try to be smart about it. And, Sunday looks real good. Saturday's iffy, but I'm sure there's going to be a window in there. We'll just see how it goes tomorrow, and if we can play, we'll play. If not, we'll try to play 2 one other day.
Can you play a doubleheader Sunday with?
Yeah, if you play a doubleheader on Sunday, they turn into 7-inning games. So that's kind of the way the rule reads.
Later than normal start tomorrow. Does that change anything that you do? Take more caffeine or anything?
Not really. It just means that we have a team meal a little later. That's about it. But 8 o'clock game this early. You never know how the weather's going to be. It takes away, obviously, the time we get to maybe fight to get the game in, weather-wise. That's the only thing. But I think the game's on ESPNU, and I don't think we can move it up as far as I know, because if we could, I probably would, just say so we could fight it, or we could look at it in the morning and figure it out. But right now we're scheduled to throw a first pitch around 8 o'clock, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Was there any thought to maybe move Scroggins up to Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, you always think about it, but we kind of like him on Sunday. That's game 3, and that's usually a game that it could come down to win the series. So we'll just leave him there. We don't have any need to move him up right now. If we had a different record or a different time in the season, and you couldn't really kind of evaluate things, as far as how the series has gone. You need to go get 1 and 2. But right now, we just feel like he's done a great job in that role, and just leave him there.
What's Scroggins done so well this season from seasons past?
Well, he's thrown a lot of strikes. He's shown us that he can go more than 3 innings. He's built up a little stamina. He's throwing 3 pitches for a strike. Got good stuff, good fastball and changeup and slider. And probably throwing his fastball more now than ever. He's throwing it more where he wants it. Last year it was more about the slider. This year it's all of them.
Both the players mentioned that confidence has kind of built up over that road trip the last couple of weeks. Do you think just winning an SEC series on the road was something you didn't do last year? That's something that really helped the team kind of mature.
I think it helped, obviously. You just doesn't matter who you play in the league. If you win on the road, that's a good sign. And a lot of these guys were a part of last year's team, and we played 5 series on the road last year against 5 teams that were ranked in the top 10, or at least 4 of them were in the top 10 when we played them. And Mississippi State was just starting to get it going. They were projected pretty good, got off to a rough start, and I think we jump-started them last year. But yeah, I feel like the team's confident. Anytime you go on the road and you play at a place like Texas or even Alabama, who has one of the best team they've had in 5, 6, 7 years, and you win series or you win, it gives you confidence. I don't know. I just think the team, they enjoy being around each other, and we spend a lot of time together, and it seemed like the road trip went real smooth.
Nesbitt's been on base almost every game. Has he surprised you at all what he's done at the plate?
A little bit. I didn't expect him to go out and really tear it up offensively. What I expected out of him was basically what he's done, and that's play really good defense and battle at the plate. But he's got a lot of big hits for us, and he's laid down some nice bunts, sacrifice, hit and run. Used him a little bit that way, but he's just been really consistent, and that's been a big plus for us.
Thanks, Dave.
All right.